Hey everybody, it's Rob Z. On day number 4 of hashtag SSSVEDA, which is vlog every day in April. I mentioned on the last video that I have a podcast, which is right down here, the Why Are You Talking podcast. And we've definitely learned some lessons throughout the time that we've been doing it. We just posted episode 12 this week at whyareyoutalkingpodcast.com. And I wanted to share a few of the lessons that we've learned along the way, and hopefully save you a little bit of headache if you are starting a podcast or thinking about starting a podcast, because they can save you a lot of time. So here we go. Here's 3 things that I'm imparting wisdom upon you to start paying attention to when you record your podcast. Okay, first things first, do a sound check. It's going to be a massive waste of time if you record an entire podcast episode and realize that it sounds horrible, or you get a buzzing, or one person's coming in louder than somebody else. So always record just like a quick 1-minute intro or something like that to check to make sure everything sounds the way it's supposed to sound before you go all in and record an entire episode, because believe me, you will kick yourself later. Number 2, and this is kind of a weird one, it may not affect everybody, but when you're setting up the microphone and sound settings on your computer, turn the internal microphone and speakers all the way down, just all the way down. I use a Yeti mic. For our podcast, we actually use Microsoft LifeChat headphones, but we found that the sound quality was actually better even though we had the headphones selected as our audio source. When we went and turned down the internal speakers all the way down to 0, we got a little bit less echo and a little bit better sound quality. So it's a weird thing, and I said it may not work for everybody, it may not make a difference for everybody, but it's definitely something worth checking, because when it comes to a podcast, audio quality is what counts. So every little thing can help. So try that, and hopefully it'll help you get a little bit better audio quality when you're recording. And this is also important, especially for us. There's 3 of us on the Why Are You Talking podcast. We all record in the same room, and it makes a massive difference when we're editing the podcast to make sure that each of us is muted when we're not talking. We don't have super fancy microphones that block out all external noise. That's on the laundry list further down the road, hopefully. But it makes a huge difference when you're trying to edit, because you don't get any echo or any reverb from anybody else's headset picking up another person talking. So if you have a quick mute button that you can quickly tap to mute yourself and then unmute yourself when you're ready to talk, I highly recommend doing that, because it'll make all the difference in the world when you're trying to edit it down. So there you go, 3 quick tips that I've learned along the way so far that can help you make your podcast sound better and save yourself a lot of time when it comes to the editing process. I'd love to hear what you think of ours. We did learn those lessons after the first few episodes, so I think we've got it down to a little bit better now around episode 12. So I'd love to hear what you think if you want to take a listen to the podcast and give some feedback, maybe some tips of your own that I can do to make our podcast even better. I'd love to hear from you, either in the comments below or over at whyareyoutalkingpodcast.com. So there's episode 4, or I guess I can call these episodes, right? Video number 4 of the hashtag SSSVEDA. Follow the hashtag. There's a lot of people doing some really cool stuff on Twitter. They're sharing all their videos. Go look it up on YouTube. I'm pretty sure you can find it by that hashtag and see what other people are creating right now. But here we go, day 4, I'm in.